What's up, Instagram? Today is day 3 out of my 10 days of lives, so I'm doing great. On my first day, I put up a poll on my stories and I asked you guys, what do you want me to talk about over these 10 days? And surprisingly, most of the votes were on connecting to your next level self. So this is what today's live is going to be about, is about connecting to your next level self. This is basically, in a nutshell, the work that I do. This is also what I love doing. It's what I love talking about. It's what I love teaching. A lot of my courses are based around this. It's the personal work that I do myself constantly, again and again and again. And if you've done anything in the self-development world, you've probably done this. You've probably done this, what I'm going to take you through today, in some aspect, in some shape or form. So, connecting to your next level self, like, cool lingo, but what does that even mean? Let's talk about it. If you're even desiring to connect to your next level self, it's because you're ready to elevate. You're ready to elevate something in your life, whether it's you're ready to elevate in your career, you're ready to elevate in your relationship, you're ready to elevate in your finances, in your personal life, in your quality of life, in the way you feel in your life. Something is calling you to rise. Something within is saying, I'm ready for more. And this is the desire to begin to connect to your next level self. And let me just be clear, not everyone wakes up on, what day is it today? Thursday. Not everyone wakes up on a Thursday and feels like, I want to really connect to my next level self. So if you're desiring this, if you're feeling the pull to more, to create more, to do more, to have more, to be more, if you're feeling a pull here, it's for a reason. And I really encourage you to lean in, because this is, on the other side of this is incredible change. On the other side of this is something you're wanting to manifest. On the other side of this is your next level. But it does take some work to get there. It does take some things need to change, shift, get sorted out. Things need to elevate for you to get to your next level. So I'm going to take you through, how many steps do I have? I really like the mindset training vibe. So if you're feeling that, if you're enjoying the mindset training vibes, then comment so I will keep doing them. But that's just what I do naturally. So I'm going to stick to like a training sort of energy. Also, if you're new to Elevate 88, if you're catching me live for the first time, say hey, comment in the box, put a comment below so I can say hi back and say what's up. And also if you're a regular, if you've been around for a while, also say hey, because I love seeing you guys and chatting to you guys and connecting with you all. So I have a few steps. Let's get into it. The first step, when you're wanting to connect to your next level self, when you're wanting to elevate in your life, in whatever aspect of your life that is, could be all of it, could be one section of it. I love elevating and I love leveling up in every aspect of my life. And what I have tend to notice is when I do focus on one aspect of my life, whether it be career or my relationship, my personal life, whatever it is, when I do focus on one aspect of my life, everything rises anyway, because who you become in the process of that elevates. And the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So you can't elevate in your career, but then just stay the same in your personal life. Like, you become a different version of you. You learn different ways of doing things. You shift your energy, you shift your mindset, your beliefs start to change. The way you think about yourself changes. So when you elevate in one aspect, in one area of your life, you tend to elevate in most areas. So it's a win-win. So the first step, what is the first step? The first step is to get clear on what it is that you want. Get clear on what it is that you're desiring to create or have or manifest. So if we're talking about connecting to your next level, let's use career as an example for today's training. If you're wanting to connect to your next level in your career, maybe it's get a promotion, maybe it's up your game at work. You want to just start showing up like a boss. You want to feel like a bad bitch at work. Maybe you're wanting to start a business. Maybe you're wanting to book a job. Maybe you're wanting to get a pay raise. I don't know. I'm clearly not in the world of 9 to 5s. I don't know. You're wanting to up your game at work, whatever. And if you're wanting to start a business, get your butt in to turn your passion into your paycheck. What are you doing? Get in there. There's a few spots left. PS. So There's still room. But if you're wanting to elevate in your career, then the first thing is to get clear on what do you actually want? Like, what is the elevation process for you? What are you wanting to feel or create in this next level? What is the experience that you're desiring to have? Because without clarity, without knowing what we want, we have nowhere to move. It's like our focus is so big, it's so broad that we don't really get much done because we don't have the focus to make a decision to then move forward. So this is really important. And if we don't get clarity on what it is that we actually really desire, and let me just also preface, I've had clients who are like, I want to level up in my life. I want to revamp my entire reality. I want to transform my reality. I want to feel different. I want a better quality of life for myself. And I don't know exactly what that looks like. I've had clients who don't really know what they want, but they know how they want to feel. And that's always the way that I will lead them through this. Because the feeling is what we're manifesting anyway. The thing that we end up manifesting is just an excuse for the feeling. We want a brand new car. Yeah, why? Because you want to feel like a bad bitch, right? Like, you want the promotion. You want to up your career because you want to make more money. Why? Because you want to feel safe. You want to feel supported. You want to feel stability. You want to do fun things so you can feel the luxuries of life. Like, the feeling is always the reason behind why we're manifesting anyway. The feeling is the thing is the excuse for the feeling. Let me say that again. The thing that we're manifesting, the next level career, the business, the money, the relationship, is the excuse for the feeling that we're wanting to manifest. So if you don't know, if you're watching this and you're like, I actually don't know what I want, I just know I'm ready for more, I don't know what direction to move in, I don't really know what that looks like or what, but I know I'm ready for more, then I encourage you to lean into this and I encourage you to lean into this and feel into what does that get to feel like for you? What is the feeling that you're seeking in this next level life that you would like to call in? Because reminder, we are the creators of our life. And when we take this power back, when we realize this and start owning this, we get to decide, how do I want to feel in my life? How do I want to feel about my career? How do I want to feel about these things? And from there, we then get to decide what action steps we take to start bringing that into alignment, bringing that into fruition and aligning to that vision. So that was step one, is get clear. What do you want? What do you want? I ask my clients this a lot too, like, when they're getting lost in the vision, when they're getting lost in the dream, I'm like, okay, let's come back. Come back to square one. What do you actually want? What are you looking for? What are you desiring? What's the vibe? Like, what do you want? What do you want your life to look like? And then we move from here. So, one, know what you want. Get clear on what you want, or get clear on how you want to feel. And I promise you, if you don't know what you want and you're going the feeling route, if you do this, if you get clear on how you want to feel, you will be led and you will figure out what it is that you want, or you will just attract it anyway, or something from the universe will pop up, because this is law. This is how this works. This is law of attraction in action. So the feeling will work, I promise you. Then from there, so we get clear on what we want. We figure out what that is. We get like the light at the end of the tunnel, because we have to move in a direction. So we have to know what direction we want to move in. So this is why this is so important. And this is also a step that a lot of people don't do and just kind of skim past it and not actually get the clarity around what they want and why they want it and how they want to feel. And without knowing this clarity, it takes longer to manifest, because you can't focus in the actual way that you're capable of. And when you are able to focus in such a precise way, even if it's on the feeling, when you know what feeling you want to feel in your life, what feeling you want your life to give you each day, then you get to connect to that. You get to feel into that whenever you want. You get to imagine that feeling in your day right now. You get to find things in your day that activate that feeling within you. You get to be around people who activate that feeling within you. You get to take actions in your life that bring that feeling into your life more and more and more, which will end up manifesting something that will bring that feeling into your life anyway. So if you have questions about this, put in the comments below too. I'm happy to answer, or you can send me a DM as well. I'm happy to do that while I'm doing this live challenge. All right, let's move on. So number 2, after we get clear on what we want, we now have to get clear and be aware of where are we in relationship to that desire. Where are we right now? Like, where are we starting at? Where's the point? Where are we today? This is also something people don't love doing because it requires you to be brutally honest with yourself. It requires you to look at your life, look at your reality and be like, what's working, what's not? Where am I at? Do I like it? Where am I at? How did I get myself here? And a lot of people don't want to take responsibility for this, or if you're not super stoked with where you're at in your life, this can be a harder step to do. But let me tell you, it is so freeing when you do this, because if you do not take responsibility for where you're at in your life, if you don't take the responsibility for where you're at in your life, then you won't be able to change anything. Because if you don't own that you have power, you have the power to make changes in your life, and you had the power that got you to where you're at. If you don't own that, then you will still feel like you don't have the power to make changes moving forward. So even though taking responsibility in your life can be really challenging, it can be really confronting, it can be really like, I would rather not, I'm telling you, it is freeing, it is liberating, and I promise you, you will be cheersing me with some champagne at the end, being like, thank you for freeing me from the bullshit of my mind. Okay, so it will pay off, it will work. Take responsibility for where you're at, but also be aware of where you're at. This whole life is about connecting to your next level self. So we've talked about getting to know what that next level is, but also we need to know where we're at so we can differentiate what's the old self and what's the new self. If we don't know what the old self is, and by old self, I'm talking what your mindset is right now, what your beliefs are right now, what are your fears right now, how are you taking actions right now, what's your morning routine, how do you feel throughout your day right now? All of these things create your identity, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs. If you don't know where you currently are, then you won't necessarily know what needs to be shifted, upgraded, revamped, torn down, shredded, and recreated. Talking more about the limiting beliefs part in that aspect, but you won't know what needs to be changed for you to connect to the new self. And this is where you start. This is where the work starts on being like, damn, I need to believe, we're doing career, I want to start my own business. I have limiting beliefs around that. The version who I am today, let's just say the version who I am today has never done that before. So how do I connect to the version of me who's living and breathing that life, who's living and breathing that reality when I've never done that before? We get clear on what we're currently believing and what our mindset is and how we're currently taking action. We get clear on where we're at. Then, cool. And then now, after this, we start to, and I already just kind of said it, but we start to get clear on, if this is who I am today, if this is who I am now, if this is how I'm operating in my life now, and it's gotten me these results, now knowing this, now being able to look at this in hindsight from who I am now, what worked, what didn't, and knowing where I want to go, because that was step 1, get clarity on where you want to go, and then doing the work on what we just did in step 2, getting clear on where you're currently at. Now, step 3 is getting clear on who you need to become. Who do you need to become that is living, thinking, believing, taking action, being that version of you? And this is where the changes start to happen. And I think people get confused and get overwhelmed with this sometimes because they're like, oh my gosh, so much needs to change. Which, yeah, sometimes it can be big drastic changes, but also sometimes it's just little things. It's not always like, holy shit, gotta revamp my entire reality. It's not always that drastic. I tend to go through that because I guess I just enjoy doing that more apparently. But sometimes it can just be little tweaks to your mindset, little tweaks, investing in the mentor to guide you through this process quicker than you doing it by yourself. Sometimes it's just little things. It's not always like this big extravaganza of a process. However, if you're going for big things, if you're anything like me, if you're a big dreamer and higher achiever, which I'm sure you are, because otherwise you wouldn't be here in my world and you wouldn't be watching this live, it's probably going to be something big, because I like leveling up in a big way. And I also like revamping my reality in a really big way. And I also like defying the odds and showing myself what's possible and taking myself above and beyond to be like, can I actually manifest that? Holy shit. That said F word. I don't know if I can do that on Instagram. I don't know. I'm sure I can. But anyway, so we now have to get clear on who do you need to become that is living at that level and manifest and is a match to what you're trying to manifest. Now, this can be done in the micro actions, but it normally takes a big, bold move, like a declaration, if it's something big. Now, the difference between what I'm talking about here is micro actions is what we do day to day. Micro actions is how we wake up. How do we feel when we wake up? What are you doing first thing in the morning? Are you checking Instagram first thing in the morning? Would your next level self do that? Do you want to give yourself like 10 minutes in the morning to center yourself, to breathe, to connect to your day, to set an intention, to feel into you? Like, what's the vibe? How can you set yourself up for success so this connection to your next level self is easier? How can you, and this is in the micro moments, this is in your morning routine, how you make your coffee, what music you listen to in the car. Maybe you start listening to a podcast that lights you up. Maybe you start listening to me in these lives. Maybe you listen to modules, whatever it is, like you get to take actions that are different to the actions you would have taken previously in your life, because we are shifting at a core level. Like we are shifting, we are rearranging, we are getting rid of old beliefs and downloading new ones. We are getting rid of old thoughts and thinking new ones. So this is a process, and this happens in the micro, in our day-to-day actions. Now the macro, the big move, the big bold move is usually something like a big declaration, hiring the mentor, sending this, and it can be a big investment. It can be telling someone you're not available. It can be leaving a relationship. It can be reaching out to someone to start a relationship. It can be sending that email to your boss that you've been scared about. Like these big, bold moves that declare to the universe, that shows the universe, I'm not messing around. I'm not fucking around this time, universe. I'm really serious about this next level self. I'm doing the damn things. I just meditated for 10 minutes this morning and I'm ready. I'm ready for the next level. The big, bold move is the declaration that the universe sees that you're serious, that you're for real. For me, I do all of these things. I do the investments. I clear out what needs to be cleared out. I shift really radically, which is also why my results come really quickly and are really big, because my declaration and my big bold move are really fucking big. So the universe sees that, and then it matches me there, and it's like, cool, great. We see you. You're serious. You're doing all the things. You're for real. You're committing. You're consistent. You believe. You're doing the work. You're doing the work. Like self-development is work. It is work. There is a reason why most of the planet doesn't want to do self-development, because it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of awareness, and it takes a lot of work. And I'm telling you, it is the most rewarding work you will ever do in your life. Because once you start working on yourself, it's a ripple effect of everything else in your life gets better and better and better and better and better. You're basically taking the dial of who you are and turning it up to 100. You are pouring into yourself. You are loving yourself. You are believing in yourself. You are activating yourself. You are taking action. You are doing the damn things, and it's a good feeling. It feels fucking awesome. It builds confidence, and you get incredible results. Like, the proof is in the pudding, you know? You get incredible results. And then the last thing, so let me do a little recap before we finish. We got clear on our next level self. What do we want? We got clear on what do we want and how do we want to feel? What is the feeling that we're actually manifesting? What do we want? What is the feeling? Step 2, where are we currently at in relation to the goal? Where are we currently at in relation to the dream? What are we thinking and believing now? Getting clear on old self, and then I'm skipping a step. Getting clear on old self to then do step 3, which is get clear on new self. What does the new self do? How does the new self think? How does that version of you who has what you want, who is living the life that you're wanting to manifest, who is already living that dream, how does she show up? What is the moves that she makes? How does she believe in herself? How does she take action? How does she communicate to her partner? How does she communicate to her boss? How does she write an email? How does she show up on social media? How does she invest her time? How does she do her morning routine? Like, this is the shit that will change your life. This is the shit that will change your life. And then the last thing we do is, now that we're clear on that next level self, who we need to become, how we need to think, what we need to, we're connecting the energetic, we're getting the energetic signature of that next level self. We're feeling into that. We're creating it. We're literally creating it. Now that we've got that connection, we take action. We take an action step. It's that big, bold move. It's that macro decision, that declaration as that version of us, not old self. We connect to that version, get clear on that mindset, on that energy, on that feeling. And with that feeling, we then take an action. And this is how you accelerate your manifestations. When you're in alignment to your next level self, just my fingers around here. When you're in alignment to your next level self, and from that place, you take action. It's an accelerator. It is an accelerator. It's insane what you will accomplish, what you can create, and how quickly it can come into your life when you take action in alignment to who you want to be. When you are being that next level self and you start moving as that next level self. It's wild. It's wild. It's amazing. So I think that is the end of our training today. If you loved it, let me know. Comment, slide in my DMs. If you have questions, also let me know. I have, how many more lives am I doing in this row? I think 7. I have 7 more days of lives that I'm doing. So if you do have a question, I can totally answer it in a live while I'm doing this live stream 10-day challenge. So throw it in my DMs. Let me know what it is. And then also, before I get off, Turn Your Passion Into Your Paycheck is starting on Monday. It's starting on Monday. And I wanted to let you know that there is multiple ways to take this course. Depending on where you're at in your life, depending on where you're at in starting a business or wanting to create a business or desiring to start getting your wheels turning about how can I make more money? How can I have more passive income? How can I create passive income? How can I better my quality of life? I'm just ready for more. If that's your vibe, then this course is the course for you. I just prepped week 1, which starts next week, and it's going to be so activating. It's going to be so powerful. This course is going to be life-changing. I really do believe that. And so there's option 1, which is just take the course. You can sign up, take the course. We'll be in a Facebook group and you'll be getting modules each week. It's going to be fucking awesome. Then there's option 2. You can join my mastermind for the 6 weeks of the course, which means you have access to me for coaching and you're in a community of like-minded people who are also asking me questions. And this is tribe learning. It is amazing. You learn so much from hearing other people ask questions and be coached, because their questions is most likely a question that you haven't even thought of yet. And now you're getting an answer to a question that you haven't thought of yet. So it's an accelerator. That's another way you can take the course. And then the third way is you can work with me privately for 6 weeks. One-on-one, me and you, my eyes on your life, on your business, on your dream, on your goal, whatever you're working towards right now. We get to do that together. We get to design, and I can help you do this process and everything else that I teach, but work one-on-one together for the 6 weeks while you take the program. So all 3 options are available. They're all going to be spectacular. It's all going to be amazing. And whatever you choose is going to be fabulous. Doors close on Sunday. I think that's all I needed to say on that. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, you guys, this is awesome. I'll be back for a live tomorrow. Let me know if this was valuable, if you loved it, and I'll talk to you soon.